Welcome in. This is now season 3 of 2025 in iRacing, and that's brought us a couple of changes. The quarterly update that iRacing puts out, where they release their new content, new vehicles, updated tracks, physics, and all that kind of stuff. This season, it's brought us full wholesale changes to the tires in GT3s, plus some physics remakes. Now, it's brought a whole lot of interesting race starts into the GT3 side of things. You've probably seen a plethora of shorts and videos posted on various social media sites of what GT3 races look like, and for the most part, they've turned into all-out carnage. So it begs the question, if you're doing any GT3 racing, you'll see there's a whole different mindset now, where the first couple laps, you've got the drivers that either try and take care of their tires, get them up to operating temperature slowly, and then you got your other drivers who you'll see them various methods on the pace lap attempting to put heat in their tires. We'll look at 4 different ways of starting the race here, kind of compare them, and we'll be on board in the McLaren, which we're following around on track now. It's got tire readings on the dash of the steering wheel, so we can actually see instant output of the tire temperatures and see if any of these methods actually add any heat into the tires, or if it's all just a placebo effect. So we'll look at the 4 different methods. The first one we're going to call the anti-hero, the guy that doesn't want to be a part of it, doesn't want to do anything. He just does not do any attempt at tire prep for the race. He just gets in the car, goes, and when the green flag drops, he's on his way. And the next method, we'll call it the hero method. This will be our full-on swervers, the guys that are swerving back and forth a la Max Verstappen on restarts. If you're a Formula One fan, he's famous for swerving back and forth before he goes green. How the rest of the drivers on the grid haven't picked up on this yet, but he does it every single time. We'll call that the hero method. Then the third method, we'll look at it's a bit of a stop and go type thing, where if you've ever played as a kid red light green light, where you had one kid stood on the opposite side of the field and they said green light, everybody on the other side had to run over, try and get to the other side before the person said red light and turned around, and if you were still moving, you were out. So these will be our throttle and brake guys, the guys that just hammer the throttle and hammer the brake, hammer the throttle, hammer the brake. We'll see if that adds any tire temp into the tires. And the last method, we'll call it the booty scooting method. If you've got a pup or a dog that has ever kind of dragged its rear end across the carpet, you'll know exactly what I mean. This will be the brake drag method, which used to be famous a number of seasons ago to warm up the tires, and actually had effects. So we'll see if it comes back into play now. iRacing coded it out a while back, but we'll see if it's come back into existence here now. So those are the 4 methods we'll try. We'll head to the track here shortly into the McLaren, and we'll see if any of those actually work out. Okay, so here we are. We're going to do the first method, as I mentioned. We're going to do the no brake and no tire conditioning at all. We're just going to start out with the tires we're given. We'll head into the short pace lap here at Daytona. Again, we've just created an AI session off of the official GT3 fix setup this week. So I'm going to use AI because I can just replicate my starting position each time and start at the back of the field, and we have consistent data to use every time. So we started out at 23. You see immediately it drops down to 22.9 on the dash, and I've just got my little telemetry overlay to show that we're not using any brake mechanisms at all. We're just coasting along here. We'll see what kind of tire temps we have at the start finish line, and then we'll go through the other methods and see what they do, if it increases the tire temps at all. If it does, how much does it increase? Is it really worth it, taking the chance of using the swerving method, swerving back and forth, potentially hitting a car beside you? Or I think even more dangerous is we're calling it the red light green light effect, where you're hammering the throttle, then hammering the brake, and kind of constantly heating up the field. So we'll see how it goes here. Still at 22.9 as we're heading to the line. So it looks like we lost that 0.1 of a temp when we started. We'll see where we're at when we hit the line. So there we go, we stayed at 22.9. So let's go back and we'll regrid, and then this time we'll pull out the hero method after we just tried our anti-hero method. So Let's head back to the grid here and start all over again, see how it goes. Okay, so we're going to grid up this time. This time we're going to do the hero method. We're going to swerve back and forth. We'll see if we get any extra tire temperature out of that. Now again, this is a short pace lap at Daytona. There could be different effects if you're running a full pace lap versus short pace lap, but this is based off the official for this week. So if you're running in the official sessions, this is the pace lap you would have. You wouldn't have an opportunity to do any longer of a lap. So we'll swerve back and forth. We're gonna have to hold off here in the bus stop because we don't want to door anybody. So it looks like we've kept that 0.1% of temp that we lost without doing any swerving to start. So we're not gaining any more temp though. So far just holding steady at the 0.1 that we didn't lose versus the anti-hero method. So still getting ready to go here shortly, so we're gonna have to give a second. Oh, we picked up 0.1 on the left sides, 0.2 on the left front. All right, so there we go, swerving, or as we're calling it, the hero method. Actually picked up, well, shouldn't say picked up, maintained the 23, and we picked up 0.2 degrees in the left front, 0.1 in the left rear, and just at the start finish line, 0.1 in the right front. So let's go back, and now let's try calling it the red light, green light method, where we'll hammer the throttle, hammer the brake, hammer the throttle, hammer the brake. So I'll have to lay back a little bit here from the grid so we can get some space to do that. We'll see how that plays out. So it was interesting to see that we actually picked up, I should call it a couple tenths with the, what do we call it, hero method, I guess we're calling it. Oh, see, now that's that right there, side effect of throttle and brake. I hadn't actually tried this before, so I wasn't prepared for it at all, but so you can see one of the issues with doing it this way, hammering the throttle, hammering the brake, especially with the cold tires the way they are now. Back end just broke away. So let's try it again. Try and be a little less aggressive on the throttle application, I guess, this time. And see how it works out. So that's where I was mentioning that with the swerving and the stop and go red light, green light method here, it does bring into the opportunity for something to happen in the swerving method, where you could actually door the car beside you, and the stop and go method, where you can have happen just like we saw. So not do it in the bus stop again this time. We'll do a little bit here. So we're staying at 23. I haven't picked up any temp though. Oh, a little bit on the left rear, 0.1. Another little bit on the right rear. All right, right front just picked up some. A little more on the left rear. And we're getting ready to go here. So we ended up almost 0.2 all the way around except for the left front. So I would say a hair more than the swerving method. Interesting. Oh, there we go. By the time we entered the exit of turn 1, we were at 0.2 on the left front too as well. So let's go back now, and now we'll do what I'm calling the booty scooting method, the old dog butt on the carpet method. So let's see, we'll drag our brakes just ever so slightly, not a whole lot, but just enough to register it a little bit. So you'll watch on the telemetry. Actually, I should move that up a little bit. There we go. On the telemetry, you'll see how much brake drag I'm putting in. Not a whole lot. So far, we haven't seen any. We're still at the lost 0.1 that we had without warming the tires at all. The anti-hero method. Doesn't look like we're going to pick up any at all. And it's still nothing. So I'm going to take and say that the brake dragging is still not a thing. iRacing's kept that coded out. Oh, my pace car is off. Yeah, 22.9, same as the anti-hero method with no tire conditioning attempting at all. So there you go. We've seen the 4 different methods and how they affect the tire conditioning and tire temps on a short pace lap here at Daytona. Again, I mentioned it during the video, be cautious of the swerving. In an AI where you know the driver beside you isn't going to be swerving, it's not really as much of a concern. But if you get in an official lobby or a league race or something, and you've got the 2 cars side by side swerving, there is a large chance that you could both be coming in towards each other at the same time and make contact. Also, the red light, green light method we saw in the bus stop, where you really need to be careful that on the cold tires, where I applied just a hair too much throttle using that method and around the back end went. So there is a little bit of tire temps to be gained there from a little bit of swerving and a little bit of stop and go. Red light, green light as it is. So choose wisely out there and have fun racing on track. And don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. We'll see you next time. Bye for now.